Okay, it's been a while since I've done a building, and so what I'm going to be building is the Artemis. And we know that it wasn't that long ago that the Artemis went to the moon again, well, circled the moon anyway. So I thought that'd be a good one to start off the build. I was in NASA, and you can see one of my other videos when I went to NASA, and we went and had a look at the Artemis and learn a bit about it. So it's so I'm looking forward to building the Artemis. It'll be the second rocket I built after I built the Saturn V. So the Artemis is a little bit more powerful than the Saturn V, but it didn't have the overall speed of the Saturn V because obviously this here is only really a two-stage rocket, I think. Anyway, we'll find out some more facts and we'll talk about those as we do the build. So when I've opened up the box, so we have this box here, and then we have 13 to 27 as separate packets. So I'm going to have to open up this box to find out, obviously, the first lot of numbers must be in here. So I'll open this up and see what's in here, and I'll show you that one. Okay, so now we have 1 to 12 here. That was in this white box. And then we had the box here for the book. So, interesting, let's see how many pages are in this book. 366 pages in the book. Oh, and I was thinking that maybe we'll have how many steps there is, but it seems they've broken all the steps down. The last step I see here is 635 before they break it down into some smaller parts for it to go on top. So 635 steps, quite a build. And we've got a little thing of stickers here to put on it. Okay, so with that being said, we will start the build process, and then while we're doing the build, I'll try and find some interesting facts about the Artemis and put those on there. So it's back to the moon and time to build the Artemis II launch system. So I'm about to start with number 1 on the build process. So this will be the first one. We'll do number 1, and as I did in the other videos, as I finish one piece, I'll do a quick video of it, and then before we start into the next one. I'm sure no one wants to see it and put the blocks together. Okay, so number 1 is done. I can only assume this is the tower for Artemis because it doesn't look anything like a rocket to me. So that's what we've done, built a frame. I actually thought there was a Lego misplaced, but the eyes ain't too good, and obviously it was actually there after I did substitute it for another one and then found it. So it's all good. So there we go. I've built number 1 and I'll now continue on to number 2. Okay, so I've done number 2 now. And obviously now it's quite obvious to see that this is we're going to be building the tower first. I thought I was going to be building the rocket, but we're going to be building the tower. So that's after number 2. We've got a bit of a base plate there, and we're about to start on number 3. So I'll show you what happens on number 3, and then I might give you some information about the bottom of the tower and what's so special about it. Okay, so I've built number 3 now. So just a bit more to this, to the bottom of the tower. You can probably see these white pipes here. Now I'm assuming those are for the water suppression sound system. So when there's a launch, they release a lot of water into to where the rocket takes off. So and that dampens the noise of the rocket when it launches. So I'll find out a few more details about that, and we'll go into that as we start with number 4. And we're going to packet number 4. and I'll show you what happens after we've built number 4. Okay, so I've done number 4, and realistically that was just more small bits to the base station. So I'm on to number 5 now, and so this is the water, and it releases about 500,000 gallons of water in under 30 seconds. I'll see if we can get you a bit of video of it. So that's about I think about 2 million litres of water in 30 seconds, and that's just to one for the obviously for the heat for the rockets. So when it starts before they let go, and it's also for the vibrations and the sound for sound suppression and vibration suppression, so it doesn't damage the rocket when it's taking off. So that's a lot, 2 million litres of water in 30 seconds. And they come out of these tubes which are called rainbirds. So anyway, I'll give you some more information about that as we go through. Okay, so I did number 5, and we just have this front on here now. That's all that's happened here. And now on to number 6, and I'll show you when we've completed number 6. And we're up to number 80 in the list. I think 600 and something, all up, 600 steps to make this, and we're up to 80. So we're starting to get through it now. I think all up there was 27 packets. I'm up to 6, so yeah, well, we're slowly getting our way through it. Okay then, I'll see you when we complete number 6. So all I did was complete one side here, and that's really it. So now the 2 sides are done, and I think that was 9, so I'm up to 10, I believe. So I'll show you after I've done, oh sorry, that was number 6. I'm up to number 7, so I'll show you after I've done number 7. We'll see how we're going. So I just completed that, and basically it was this framing around here. Oh, be careful. So you can just see it's the framing around here on one side and the other side. And inside here there's just like some little stairs that they get to the top of it. It's quite good. So now, just letting you know, we're up to 115 of the list here. So it's quite a few, and I'm up to packet number 8. So I'll show you after I've done number 8. It looks like number 8 is going to be covering a lot of the platform here. So we should do that now, and I'll show you after I finish number 8. Okay, so now we're up to number 9. Number 8, basically, you can see I put all the platform down here, and that's actually made the whole thing a lot more rigid, because before then it was all not held together that well. It's like putting the roof of the house, really. So that's the platform, and certainly in person, where you can look at my YouTube video when I went to NASA and went to one of these platforms, you can see how big they really are. They're massive. Anyway, I'll continue on the build number 9, and I'll show you when I finish number 9. Okay, so we just did number 9, and you can probably just see this down here. This would be where the rocket blasts off, and it's all there diffusing to get rid of all the, obviously the all the exhaust gases when the rocket blasts off. So I'm assuming that's what it is anyway. And then underneath we put a whole heap of legs on there. So that's what we did with that number, number 9. And so now we start on to number 10. And when we've done number 10, there's a lot of small bits in this one. So, well, I'll give you a look after we've done number 10 and see what it's up to. Okay, that was number 10. And you see we put the little fence around there. Put a couple of these things on here. There's some flat panels around here that actually took quite a bit of time because of all the little bits. So, doesn't look like a lot's happened here, but those fiddly little bits always take a lot of time, and that's why they can say how many pieces the thing has. I think it's 3,601 pieces, and there's probably a couple of hundred pieces just in that one, just in number 10. I reckon there was a couple of hundred pieces in that, and that's why it took so long. Anyway, on to number 11, and I'll show you when number 11 is done. Okay, so we're up to number 12 now. You can probably see that a little bit more has happened. So we've got a bit of a tower going on the other side there now. This was a little quicker than the last one with all the fencing, so we've got a little bit more done. So it's sort of hard to tell from the box because it's a little hard to tell what that part is. I'm assuming this is the base of the tower, and I think there's probably more tower pieces to come off this. So this is the beginning of the tower, I believe. This here is the beginning of the tower. So and then the rocket ship will come off here. So it's the start of it. So okay, so we'll see that number 12. We're up to 187. So 187 steps in the build, and we've only got, well, we still haven't built the tower yet. So I'm assuming that the rocket's going to be a bit quicker to build, a bit like when I built Saturn V. Okay? I'll let you know when I've finished number 12. We'll have a look at that and see how we're going. Okay, so we just did number 12, and basically we just added, just got to be a little bit more careful now because there's so many little bits. We just added this portion on here. You can probably see the little fuel pipe that's here now. So that's what I'm assuming it's representing, the fuel pipe that would have filled the rockets. So when I pick it up now, I'm going to, oh yeah, it's becoming very fragile because these little, the little fence around it is so easy to knock one of them little pieces off. Yeah, so we're done at number 12. I might bring it, I'm just trying to think of a better way of putting it up. So, as I say, this is the part here, got a fuel line down there, and we're on to number 13, lucky number 13. Lucky for me anyway, not lucky for some. Okay, so after I've done number 13, I'll show you where we're at then. Okay, so I've done it now. I'm just trying to lift it up so you can see it. So I finished number 13, and you can just see I'm just working on the tower. This is very time consuming. There's lots of tiny little bits in the tower. I actually thought that'd be nice, just chunk it together, but you have to build every single bit of the tower. So it's a bit of a slow process in building it. But anyway, that's probably, I think, if I give you a look at the number, bits in number 14, you can see that they're very, very small. And you've got to make sure you get the colours correct, because if you don't, you have to pull it back apart to fix it up. Yeah, I made one little error there, so I should have taken a bit more notice of the colours. But now that I've got the gist of it, and I just noticed then that I hadn't actually put that on correctly. Yep. Now I've got the gist of it, I think that I'll be able to build them a little bit slower. A bit faster. We'll see how we go. Anyway, I say when you finish number 14, I'm not sure on number 14 because there's not a lot of bigger blocks in this one. There's actually just more tiny bits of stuff. So, which is a bit disappointing because I was hoping to get this tower, I'm thinking it's going to end up being about that high, finishing off. But as you can see, that's a lot of bits. Not sure what's going to do. I'm not sure we're going to have at the end of 14. You probably won't even notice it. Anyway, I'll keep going and we'll see what we're up to. Okay, so we've completed number 14 now. And I'll just, so you can see a bit more of a tower's done. We also put on some of these, you can't really see them, but I'll just put my hand here. Also we put on these here as well. Bit more support for the tower. We're moving on to 15, and this here I can see is just more tower. So, and we're up to number 250 steps so far. So the tower is quite complicated and taking a little bit longer than I thought. Anyway, so that's where we're at. So we'll continue on. After we finish 15, I will show you where we're at. Hopefully a little bit further than we are now. Okay, we've completed number 15 now. So, if you can see it, but I think we're about halfway on the tower now, building the tower. So then we're up to number 16. So we should continue on the tower and show you when you've done number 16. So probably nothing's going to look much different except just these towers going up till we get to the top of the towers, because it's not going to look a lot different at all. So, and I'm starting to get a little bit quicker with all the little bits because obviously I'm repeating it many times. Okay, I'll show you when I've done number 16. Okay, so we've just completed 16. I won't show you anymore. You can see now it's getting high. We're about to go on to 17, and here I think all up it worked out there was 13 stories. I think we're at 9, so we're going to build 4 more things. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. So it's going to end up being about this high. So take the whole camera so you can see the construction of the tower. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so we'll do another shot when we finish at number 17. Okay, I've just completed number 17, and as you can see now, the tower's really getting high. I've had to actually lower the table down so I can get to it. It's looking great. So as you know, I think we put another 2 on there. So I believe we're at 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So according to the box behind me, I believe there's 13. So we've got, I believe we'll build 2 more levels here. And maybe do some little work at the front, and this should be very close to the end of the tower. Anyway, we'll see what happens at the end of 18, and we'll let you know. Okay, we've just completed 18, and now you can see the height of it. It's quite high now. up to 19. The tower, the main construction of the tower is now complete. I'll just swing it around, how much you can see there. But it is now complete. Yes, it is a little bit wobbly, but it does have that superstructure through the middle of it to keep it all pretty good. Anyway, we'll do number 19, and after we've done number 19, we'll show you where we are. Okay, so I've just completed number 19. Is we've ended up with these attachments to the rocket. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that moving, but so obviously as the rocket pulls away, this all goes away, it moves up. So they've made this a bit of a moving part. I'm assuming this is the fuel, and this is some other stuff going onto the rocket. I'm assuming these might be fuel as well. But I'll see if I can find something so I can explain that a little bit more. So number 19 wasn't a lot of pieces, but took a little bit of time because it's pretty intricate when you're doing all this little bits of stuff here. So you can't really see much, but that's what's happening in number 19. On to number 20. Right now, step 391. This is number 20, and I'll show you when we've completed number 20 what it looks like. Okay, I've completed number 20, and it's hard to tell if you can see that, but now we have this bit here. Just some more of these bits added on. We've got a couple of other bits added on here. It is probably really hard to see, but yeah, so this is obviously where the astronauts are coming in on this part here, and that's where that'll go against the rocket when it actually goes on. So I don't know, I'll put that light on. I don't know if that really helps you. So this is the part here that the astronauts come in, and there's some other little bits on the other side, but that's really it. But there's lots of little bits. In number 21, in number 21, we've got a lot of little parts. It's just going to take a lot of time to do number 21. And I'd say there's probably 150 pieces in number 21. So now we're up to number 424 steps. So this is quite a big one. All right, we'll see what happens after we're done. Okay then, so we're up to number 22 and up to number 437 in the steps. I'll just put that light there. So you probably can't see it, but we put some pipe work down here and some pipe work on the other side. I'm not sure if you can see this. Well, that's the only problem when you touch it. Things fall apart very, very easily now because there's so many little bits on it. I don't know if you can see, but this here has some pipe work up here, and that's, I'm assuming, fuel. We also have another bit of pipe work here. Sure if you can see that, that's a bit of red one there. So that's obviously, I'm assuming, some other sort of fuel pipes. And really that's about it. I'm left with a couple of little bits, but I think from when I'm looking at page number 22, packet number 22, 437 step. Looks like we're going to start on the rocket. So I'm certainly looking forward to that. So after number 22, we should actually start to show you the rocket being built. And we'll bring you back then on number 22. Okay then, I just finished number 22, and we can start to see the build of the rocket. I'll just put a bit of light there, a bit of light in my eyes. So that's the first, this will sit in here, like that. So that's the first part of the rocket. You can see that we now have some engines, and these engines were the ones that were taken from the space shuttle. Remember, the space shuttle only had 3, and this is going to have 4. So the SLS system is starting to get there. I'll show you when I finish number 23. And now we're up to 475 steps. This was quite quick to build compared to probably the last 4 or 5 packets. This would be, yes, this has been very quick to build. So I think the rocket's not going to take that long to build at all, which is good, because it's just obviously all the intricate bits in the tower that took all the time. Okay, I'll show you when I've done number 23, and we'll see what we've got then. So I don't know if you can see that little red light or not, but this is the camera. So there's one there, one there, one there, and one there. And then these ones here, these 2 here, the red light, they are the remote control cameras. So that's what they do. These ones here, this one, this one, this one, and that one, that's the water deluge system. We talked about that before. Releases a huge amount of water, so the vibrations don't destroy the platform. Okay then, I'll show you what else is on here. You might be able to see that down here and on this side too are some pipes. On one side is the oxygen, and the other one is the liquid hydrogen. And they're kept separate because obviously they combine, they're very explosive. And the tanks are actually on the side are about 1 kilometre apart from each other. So that's what those pipes there represent. Now, we also talked about these pipes here that run up there. These ones here. So those pipes are what feeds the power and everything and the fluids to all these umbilicals up here. That's what those pipes are for. We did talk about this red one here before, and that's actually, that there is for the fire. So if there's a fire in the tower, this applies the fire extinguishing system in case there is a fire. So hopefully that gives you a bit more idea about the platform and the tower as we continue building the space, the SLS. So as you can see now, we're up to number 24, and we'll show you after we've completed number 24. Okay, so now you can see we've nearly completed the core stage. I've only got one side to go. And you can see there's some little clips here that's obviously going to clip on the solid rocket boosters on the side. That's what it looks like inside. And now that's what we've done when we've completed 24, and now we're on to 25. And I'll show you when we've finished 25. But I'm assuming 25 we're going to have the core stage completed, which is going to be quite exciting. I'll let you know when I've finished 25, and we'll see what it looks like then. Okay, we've completed number 25, so the whole core stage now is being built, and I'm assuming these here, you can see them there, these are the fuel lines, and we can see those in the Saturn rocket as well. So the fuel lines were on the outside of the core stage. So that being the case, because these are going to have the rocket boosters, I'm assuming it'll sit in there like that. Then the vertical stabilizer will hold it in position like that. So it's looking very awesome. It's quite cool. I'm wondering if I can get the Saturn V to go in the tower. So I don't think so. I think the Saturn V build is actually bigger than this. I could be wrong. Anyway, we'll continue on now to 26, and we're up to 556 steps. So it's quite a few steps. And with this one here, you can see this is going to be just the boosters. So I think that'll go together quite easily. And then we'll show you when that's done. Okay, so I have completed number 26, going on to 27, and this is what we have. We now have the 2 rocket boosters. So, and you can see them there, and they just sit in here. So they all sit there quite nicely. And now we have the final part to build, which is number 27. So we're up to the we're up to 610 as we do the final part. The only thing I haven't done is I haven't put the stickers on yet. I might get somebody else to do that. They are talking about the cone element on top of here. And it says the cone element at the top of the boosters was already used in the 1979 LEGO Classic space rockets, but had a solid stud with the LEGO logo. That's what they're talking about here, because back then you'll probably see that the LEGO had a solid stud like this with the LEGO logo on it. So this is quite different to the old 1979 rocket. Okay then, so I'll finish number 27 and then we'll give you a better look at it. Okay then, we have now completed number 27, the last piece. There were some other extra bits here because you get to actually put this in the spaceship and then take it back out. And that's obviously the crew module with the solar panels that come out to give it some energy, and obviously the little plaque here to tell you some information about it. So it was, so all you have to do is put this together and you pull it back out, and there's a few extra steps in that to do that. But all up, 635 steps we've gone through to build this. And then if you got the top, you can see where the crew module is, where the crew goes into the rocket, all the cryogenics and the fillers here, all the way through to fill the rockets, and then you can see the stabilizer here as well. Pretty hard to see really, but trust me, it's there. So on blast off, these would release and fall down like that. These here would move back like this. Obviously this moves away. You can probably see that when that all moves away. And then obviously the rocket takes off.
NASA has ever launched. Sound suppression water's flowing. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and lift off. The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon, humanity's next great voyage K.
RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
It's very cool rocket. And hopefully in 2027, we will see humans back on the moon again. So it's taken quite a bit of time. It was always wondering if SpaceX were going to get to the moon first. And they also believe that China might get to the moon as well and maybe set up a base before America. So the space race is on. It's now between China and America, and it's always good. Competition is always good, because when it comes to competition, I think we all win. No, I said, well, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the build of the Artemis II, and hopefully you'll be looking forward to watching the people land on the moon again. Thank you.